Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development Cabinet Secretary Zakaria Njero has defended the proposed housing levy, which he says is aimed at providing decent houses to majority of Kenyans. Speaking in Kirinyaga during the visit of Kerugoya Affordable Housing Project site, the Cabinet Secretary assured Kenyans that they will get value for their money and ask those opposed to the fund to think twice. The Kenya Kwanza administration plans to construct 1 million units by the end of this first term, with 200,000 units being constructed every year. This comes as KEPSA manufacturers rejected the Finance Bill 2023, citing overtaxation once Kenyans lose jobs. William Juma reports.
Kenyans risk losing their jobs following the mass exodus of the private sector should the Finance Bill 2023 get approved.
All of us here are from private sector.
The Kenya Private Sector Alliance KEPSA rejected the bill during public participation in the parliament, arguing that member of parliaments to ditch it.
So as much as we want to protect local manufacturing, doing this before we are ready is just handing over the market to other people, Egyptians, Tanzanians, Ugandans, and Chinese, of course. So clearly, if this levy is imposed on clinker,
this will create a very uncertain environment for business.
Appearing before the National Assembly Committee on Finance and National Planning, KEPSA and Kenya Association of Manufacturers warned the country will lose 150 billion Kenyan shilling if the sector players move away.
It will defeat the attractiveness of Kenya as an investment destination.
The sector players warned over 100,000 jobs could be lost should the lawmakers approve tax proposal in the bill.
How this is going to impact immediately, and it has started already. Because when people who are doing packaging and exporting, they see this, it's a signaling. They have started making their orders from elsewhere.
The KEPSA official Steve Okot on Wednesday, May 24th said, and I quote, "This creates a very uncertain environment for businesses. It will defeat the attractiveness of Kenya as an investment destination. And how will someone go to a market where you are not sure how tax disputes will be handled, where before doing anything already 20% is deducted?" End of quote.
This is a bill that will decimate the packaging industry in Kenya. It will disappear overnight. So please, gentlemen, ladies, I implore you, do not do what you're about to do, which is sign off on this bill. It will kill the packaging industry.
How would someone go into a market where you are really not sure how tax disputes will be handled, where you have to pay 20%, whether you dispute those taxes before they are even looked at by an independent body, you have to put to the table 20% of those taxes.
Meanwhile, a Kenya Association of Manufacturers Chief Executive Officer Anthony Mwangi argued that taxes on cement clinker will push away players to competitive COMESA countries. Mwangi noted that there are only 3 companies in Kenya with clinker production lines, and the new levy could make their production unavailable.
The price of cement will shoot up, and the same will be passed over to the consumers, the common man. In the cement industry, 70% of our customers, people who buy cement, are not the big guys who are doing infrastructure projects. They are not these people who are building up high-rise buildings, but it is the common wananchi, the Wanjiko, who buys 1 or 2 bags in the villages. Our biggest market is not just in Nairobi, but all over the country. Those people want to improve their houses. Those people want to floor their houses, convert their houses into semi-permanent. These are the people that are going to be affected seriously by this new levy.
Mwangi said, and I quote, "The levy will promote investment in the COMESA countries, which are Kenya's close competitors, that will be flied by multinational companies." End of quote.
We are still being cited, or rather being taxed with withholding tax, and it has become a very serious issue. So what we are asking is if the commission, or rather this department, could allow the commissioner the powers to exempt the industry, whereby being in an industry that the margins are really thin, the amount we are withholding is more than what we are supposed to gather.
The manufacturers argued that these will also stall the government's plan for affordable housing. President William Ruto said his administration plans to build 250,000 houses yearly to reduce the country's 2 million housing deficit.
Sio lazima uwe na mapato ya kiwango fulani. Tunataka hata yule mtu ambaye analipa rent shilingi 5,000 aweze kulipa mortgage hiyo 5,000. Baada ya miaka 10-15 ako na nyumba ambayo ni yake.
William Juma reporting for Maisha Prime, Maisha Television.